What is up, Pats Nation? Welcome to the very first episode of the Minutemen podcast. I'm your host, Tanner Kirk, and let's talk about how I almost had to change my pants during the ending half of the Falcons game. Okay, I was just way too close. Way too close. We're super lucky that Parker Romo is who he is, plays how he plays. Good thing he missed that extra point, or else we would have had a tie, all right? But all that being said, you could say Drake Maye had a bad game. Guy still threw for 259 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, he had a pick. Yeah, he had a fumble. But I think his rating was like 135 or something like that. Like, he still had an amazing game because Drake Maye is just Drake Maye. Can't really say much more about him. Pop went off, 4 receptions, 100 yards, and a touchdown. Diggs also had a touchdown, his first touchdown as a Patriot, I believe. I may be mistaken, but actually, no, I think I am mistaken. I don't think that's his first touchdown as a Patriot, but he had a crazy touchdown. Juked that defender out his boots. He's already making plays, making a difference. Impact player. And let's give some credit to this Patriots defense. All right? Only team in the NFL that has not allowed any running back to rush for 50 or more yards in a game against them. And that goes back to week 1. Not Ashton Genty, not Devon Achane, not Jalen Warren, Chuba Hubbard, James Cook, Kamara, Spears, Pollard, Judkins, and now not even Bijan Robinson. All right, the guy has 595 total rushing yards on the year, averages like about 75 yards a game. We held him to 46 yards on 12 attempts. Give some credit to this Patriots defense. Insane. That is what happens when you bring in a defensive-minded head coach like Mike Vrabel. He is the difference maker. Coaching matters. That is what, in the final years of Bill Belichick, that's what he failed to do. He failed to coach up his players. He just kind of rode the high of, I'm the best head coach because I had Tom Brady. Like, you got to put in the work. And Vrabel is putting in the work. And it shows. The Patriots are 7-2. How are we 7-2? Some people had us projected our ceiling to be 8 or 9 wins. We're only 1 or 2 wins away from that right now. 7-2. And if you want a Patriots fun fact, all right, the Patriots won 4 out of 6 Super Bowls after starting 7-2, which means that's a 66.6% win rate to win a Super Bowl after starting 7-2. So I'm not saying anything, but if we make a Super Bowl this year, we might have to win it. Anyway, back to the Falcons being a poverty franchise. Last time they beat us was November 8th, 1998. Before Drake Maye was born, was the last time the Falcons beat us. That game was 41-10, but since then, Pats have beat them 8 times. One of them being 28-3 because of a guy named Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. absolutely destroying the NFL. All right, but a guy that's getting compared to him a lot is Drake Maye. Stat-wise, yeah, Drake Maye is really good. Nowhere near Brady yet. Stop the comparisons. He's not Brady. He's Drake Maye. Let him be his own player. With that being said, Drake Maye is having an insane year, especially for a sophomore quarterback. I mean, the longest streak of games in NFL history with the quarterback having over 200 passing yards and having a quarterback rating of over 100. Here's the list. Aaron Rodgers, 12-game streak. Tom Brady, 9-game streak. Drake Maye, 8-game streak so far. And now Rodgers, he earned that streak in 2011. Tom Brady earned that streak in 2007. Let's take a look back in NFL history. What happened those years? Oh, Rodgers won MVP in 2011. And Tom Brady won MVP in 2007. The Pats also went undefeated in 2007. Makes you think. MVP odds this year. Drake Maye has moved nicely up into tied, I guess, in second place with Josh Allen. Mahomes is first. Kind of surprising. Then it goes Drake Maye and Josh Allen tied. Matthew Stafford, Baker Mayfield, Daniel Indiana Jones, Jordan Love and Jonathan Taylor are tied. And Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts. List makes sense. Besides from Patrick Mahomes, I guess. I would probably put even Josh Allen above him. But, you know, I'm a Pats fan, so I gotta say my guy Drake Maye's up there, number one. Has to be. Here's another reason he should win MVP this year. This is Drake Maye's stats this year against the average of Tom Brady's MVP seasons, which were 2007, 2010, 2017. And this is from yesterday, or not yesterday, 2 days ago, rather, November 2nd. Completion percentage, Maye's got Brady beat. Pass touchdown to interception ratio. Brady threw 5 more touchdowns. Drake Maye he's 15-3. Brady was 20-3. So he's got him there. Passer rating, Maye's got him beat. 118.7 to Brady's 112.6. If you want to know the completion percentage, Drake Maye is 75.2. Brady, 68.1. And that's the average of Brady's MVP seasons. So tell me why Maye shouldn't get it. He probably should, to be honest. Because Drake Maye is just that guy. Drake Maye's that guy. And he's doing all of that while being the second most sacked quarterback in the NFL. Crazy. Drake Maye has taken 34 sacks so far this year. And that's just behind Cam Ward, 38 sacks. Yeah, some of that's the offensive line. Some of that's just Maye running out of the pocket into a defender, perhaps. It is a little bit more than Maye's first 9 games as a starter last year. He only took 25. And the line has gotten better since last year. They have improved a lot. It just happens. It also doesn't help that Myles Garrett gets 5 sacks last week when we played the Browns. But he's also Myles Garrett. He's a Hall of Fame defensive end. He's just insane. But when we talk about some of the improvements on our offensive line, you have to bring up Will Campbell. I mean, he's only 21 years old. Our 3rd-round draft pick, Will Campbell, against the Falcons defense, in 40 pass blocking snaps, only allowed 1 sack, 3 pressures, and had a pass blocking efficiency rating of 95%. That is elite level. That is Pro Bowl caliber future. Oh my gosh. Pro Bowl caliber future Hall of Fame level play. And he's only 21. Imagine how he'll be in 14 years when he's 35 years old. Probably peak year as a lineman. It'll be insane. It'll just be like one of the best in the league at this rate. Will Campbell. And you know what's funny is during the draft, people are saying, oh, his arms are too short. Who cares if his arms are too short? Guy's a beast. But, you know, that's all old news. Injury update. Kayshon Boutte obviously didn't play on Sunday. You could kind of tell with some kind of lack of spark in the Pats offense because Kayshon Boutte wasn't there. Dealing with a hamstring injury, you may say. I think it's a strain or sprain or something. But Vrabel says he's currently day-to-day. He's not expected to practice early this week. And with that, our rookie receiver, Kyle Williams, may be getting some more reps in practice. Potentially even playing on Sunday against the Bucs when, if Kayshon Boutte can't come back in time. But Kyle Williams this year so far, 6 targets, 2 catches for 20 yards. Hasn't had many opportunities. He's shown flashes in college, with Washington. He's 5'11", 190. He's like the perfect Pats build for a receiver. Decently quick. If he does get more playing time, he could definitely make an impact. But he just hasn't shown it really so far. 3rd round pick last year. There's a reason they drafted him so high. They must have seen something in him to want to draft him that high. But, maybe he'll impress us. Maybe he'll prove us all wrong. One can hope. Because we could always use more receivers. More good receivers never hurts. Speaking of hurts, another injury from the Falcons game, Christian Gonzalez. But this one does have some positive news behind it. He did go down during the game with what they may have thought was a concussion. He was making a play on Drake London. He fell to the ground, hit his head on the grass pretty hard. Drake London landed on top of him. Immediately went to the blue medical tent. And Gonzalez said that he cleared concussion protocol and he was going to be sent back out to play, but the offense, did what they needed to do. Kept our defense off the field. They ran out the clock and won the game. So, yeah, I guess Gonzalez is good to go, which will help a bunch against the Bucs when we play them on Sunday. And yeah, they're out Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, potentially Bucky Irving, but he may be coming back. He probably will be coming back, which, not to get too excited, but our defense is probably gonna destroy Bucky Irving, hopefully. I don't want to curse us, but we'll do what we have to do. But the Pats are 7-2, Bucs are 6-2. It's a Drake Maye versus Baker Mayfield showdown. both are in contention to win MVP. So they're both having great seasons. However, the Bucks are coming off a bye week, so they are well rested. And Baker's just Baker. He's gonna ball out probably, one could assume. But also, who is he throwing to? Actually, who is he throwing to? His receivers aren't that great. That showed in week 8. They also lost to the Lions the week before. So anything is possible, really. I guess we'll just have to see. But, man, I have high hopes for this team. 7-2. Really surprising me. At the beginning of the year, as I always do at the beginning of the year, make a prediction for the record of the team. I had us winning at most 10 games. We're on pace to blow that out of the water. We could potentially go 12-5 if we even lose 3 more games, which we might not. But, I don't think we'll sweep the Bills. I think they'll probably win that game. We'll definitely sweep the Jets, so that's 2 wins there. So that brings us to 9-2. Let's even say we lose to the Bucks. That puts us at 9-3. Let me pull up the Patriots' schedule here, and then I'll actually kind of make some kind of predictions. So we play the Bucks, right? So we're 7-2 right now. Play the Bucks. Let's say we lose 7-3. Play the Jets at home. At Gillette, our home. Obviously, we'll win that. Now we're 8-3. Play the Bengals. Man, Joe Flacco's been looking pretty good, but I think we'll probably beat them. So let's say 9-3. Play the Giants. No Scattaboo, they're bad. 10-3. Bills, let's give that to them. 9-4. Ravens, Lamar's back. Let's say we lose that. 9-5. Jets will beat 10-5. Dolphins will beat 11-5. I made a mistake counting our thing, because you can't go 11-5. You got to have 17 games. 12-5. Yeah. But we have, I think, one of, if not the easiest remaining schedule left. So hopefully we win enough games to sit comfortably in the playoffs, and hopefully we're not first round exits. We don't want to be a fake team. We want to be actual contenders and make a deep playoff push, maybe make the championship game, if not the Super Bowl at best. We are the first team in the AFC East, tied for first in the AFC with the Colts and the Broncos. Indiana Jones balling out. Bo Nix, pretty good. Yeah, 7-2. Crazy. Bills just beat the Chiefs. Chiefs aren't even in the playoffs if the season were to end today, which I'm here for that. I'm not. I don't mind. Chiefs are third in their division, 5-4. Isn't that crazy? Broncos are 7-2. Chargers are 6-3. Chiefs 5-4. Raiders suck, 2-6. But 5-4 for the Chiefs, huh? Yeah, they're not looking too great. But man, I can't get over the Pats and Drake Maye. Drake Maye is really impressing me. I gotta get our a Drake Maye rivalry jersey. That's what I really want. I know we wear them, I believe, first game versus the Jets. That's when we play them at home. So they'll be wearing the rivalry jerseys there. Those look pretty cool if you haven't seen them already. Definitely look them up. Super cool. They're like a light blue. Light blue jersey. Really nice color. But you know what they should bring back? The old Pats blue jerseys, the Bledsoe jerseys. They should bring those back as like a throwback. Wear them once or twice a year with the Reds. That'd be pretty cool. Anywho, that's been the Minutemen podcast. Appreciate you for tuning in. Come back next week. I'll recap what happens during the Bucs game. Any other related NFL news that I may need to cover. I'll be talking Pats all day, every day, especially during then. I'll see you next time.